gentlemen, I was listening to Pastor Shuttleworth on his program TBC Radio on Facebook. Check them out. Go and check them out, definitely. And he and one of his team members at the station, a gentleman, were raising some important points about agriculture. And if you think that food security is not a major issue everywhere in the world right now, you really need to do some research. Before I go into the clip, I could talk about the immense prices of food, the escalated prices of food in the supermarkets. One head of cabbage, $2,600. Some tomato. Jesus have mercy upon our soul. Father, we need you. We need you, Father. We need you. Sorry, so I'm not have my bells and whistles attached. Right? Who remember this? Who remember this? 1.89 kg. 1.89 kg. The unit price is 2,500 per kg. So the price of this bag of tomato here, ladies and gentlemen, which is 1.89 kb, almost 2 kb, kg, sorry, is $4,750. So we all can agree, labor right and all, that the prices of food is through the roof. Now, JC, what you say there? Big up yourself, my boss. Last some walk one. Bless up yourself, last some. Always good to see you. Now, when you look on the issue of food prices in Jamaica, in the supermarket, you have to ask yourself, why wasn't the government proactive where these issues are concerned? Why did they wait until the appointed time, given that they were aware of climate change? Because I remember the Prime Minister upon several public speeches speaking on climate change, you know. As a matter of fact, he went as in-depth as to say how damaging climate change can be, to the point where he and Nigel Clark, in their infinite wisdom, went ahead and took out an insurance policy where natural disasters are concerned, that was supposed to release a ton of money, but it didn't happen because there wasn't enough destruction. But that's beside the point. The point of the matter is, they understood very well what climate change can do to food and just the landscape overall. So then you really have to ask yourself, guys, what has caused Floyd Green and the Andrew Holness-led government to be failing in the agricultural sector? I remember when Beryl hit and Floyd Green came up with a statement sometime after, saying that out of 48,000 farmers, ladies and gentlemen, they helped 500 of them to get back on their foot. You know what I'm saying? To start, you know, doing their thing. Now, when I did the math on that, 48,000, 1% of 48,000 is 480 people. That is 1% of 48,000. When they divide 48,000 by 100, they get what? 480 in it. So when I did the math, a bare scrape over 1% of farmers that was hit by beryl was given some help by the government. And I asked myself the question, how is that going to really move the needle? Why haven't they used the money that was offered to them from many different people, the United States included, to pump money into agriculture? Because it's not like they don't have the money, you know. Right? So, what I've come to the conclusion of, ladies and gentlemen, which doesn't have much to do with what this man that I'm about to play is going to say, but I will say this in my conclusion of thinking about all these things, that what was done to the agricultural sector, in my humble opinion, was done on purpose. Because they had the means to be proactive, they had the resources to be proactive, they had the capability, the know-how, they had the money, but they did nothing. And then, to further add to that, I asked myself the question, what could motivate our government to purposefully sabotage our agricultural sector? This is just my opinion. This is allegation, this is me thinking out loud. What would encourage them to do such a thing? Could it be that the government has signed off on certain agreements? I don't know with whom, which entity, which body or individual, that doesn't allow them to expand the agricultural sector. And all I have is, it might be a possibility. It might be a possibility. But let's hear how a pastor and his brother, wanna take some notes, people. Wanna get to the pen and paper, I wanna listen. You hear? Yeah, man. Let's go.
He refused, he quickly refused Pastor Dr. Holness did accept, but and you are telling me you are apprehensive to receive your injection this morning. How is that? Talk to me. I mean, you're on here. Why is it you are quick to administer injection, but you don't want to take it? Why are you apprehensive?
I don't know.
Oh, he's telling me he doesn't know what kind of injection. All right. Well, you know we give good injection here at TDT. You know that. Lady Jenny should know that too, right, Lady Jenny?
Yeah. Oh. Absolutely. We know that TDT when it comes to it's good injection. It's good injection.
Okay. Pastor Dr. Patient, the longer you know we give good injections here, right?
Yes, sir. The word of God and life is given. Amen. Praise God.
All right. So Mr. Clark doesn't have to fear. We are going to now. I'm sure it's the Holy Spirit who brought up that thing, because you sent it to me a little while ago. But as I was looking at the rain, he brought up the yam situation. How long did it take you, Mr. Clark? Good morning. How long did it take between planting and reaping? How long was it?
No, person asked me when the picture went up. Where do you get time?
Right.
To really plan this thing? But what I do that whenever I leave work in the night, I tell all the back guys that I'm up there doing the planting. Now I plant these yam in March.
Okay, so Mr. Clark is telling us that he planted the yam in March, and it's very interesting, friends, as we're having this conversation. This was not planned; it's unscripted and all, but you will see that it's a teaching moment. Yes, so you planted in March. You didn't have the time because of the assignments, many assignments you have to do, and so many of us. But you planted it in the night, right? You turn on the backlight, right? And you did your gardening and you planted. So roughly in March. When did you reap? But before you go to reap, did you have to be doing any maintenance? Meaning to like to weed it and to mulch it and so on. Tell us.
No, I did not do that because what I did in the initial stage was that I have some mango trees.
Yes.
And I took out some buildings and
yes.
also some
okay, right?
Throw them on top of it. So what it does, keep it cool.
Yes.
And then it denigrates and
right.
becomes the mud.
The mud, right. And just in case persons are wondering.
People, when I say take notes, we mean take notes. What you're talking about, what the man I talk about here so is the way so you can have a little space and plant and have your garden. And it save your money. We have to help ourselves. You understand? This is an education moment for us to help ourselves. People will take note. If they're not doing it already, start doing it. Because food is going to get more and more scarce. And like I said before, I believe this is all being done on purpose. That's what I believe. Alright? Hear the man say? Implant at night. At night. When him do all of the working idea, implant at night. Okay, good.
Perhaps they are thinking you may live on 10 acres of land, maybe, or 5 acres, or even 4 acres, or 3 acres. They're thinking that, boy, you must have, you're blessed with a huge plot of land. While not telling us exactly the size of the land, but are you blessed with, so are you living on like 10 acres or maybe 15?
No.
A huge 100 acres? I don't know.
No. And basically, the area in which I live as well, it's very interesting that it's not at the front, it's at the back. That space is at the back. And I must also tell you that many other crops I have planted there. I also read string beans.
Okay.
Recently.
Yes. It sounds as if people are thinking you might have maybe 10 acres. I mean, what size land, without being exact, is it very large?
It's about half acre of land. Right.
Okay.
So it has that little space around the back, which can only hold something like about 12 bags of yam.
About 12 bags.
So the man have half acre land and him house upon the land and the man is planting behind the house. Listen, people.
Right. And if you're going to do intercropping such as the bananas, the plantain and so on, you may not get the 12
I actually plant banana there in between.
So the intercropping you're doing it.
Right.
But what if you had only 4 square or 2 squares of land, small, much smaller? What do you think? You could plant a hill of yam there? You think?
Yes, you could plant a hill of yam and get about 3 hill of yam.
Right. The reason I'm asking is that there are so many people thinking that they have to have a huge piece of land in order to cultivate. That's number one. Number two, they're saying they're very busy during the day because they have all manner of things to do. Well, you are busy all over the place, and yet you are able to plant in the night. Also, the matter of the tending the plant. There are different ways of tending the plant so that they will still produce. So from March, and you reaped a few weeks ago, right? Last weeks of March. So you have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and a couple of weeks there. So you're talking about 8 months. And then in between you had other short-term crops as well. Right. Now the famine is up on us because you're now wondering where we're going.
Exactly.
No one is without excuse because even Mr. Clark's neighbor, right? Let's say they don't have any land space. I'm just saying that. They could say to Mr. Clark, okay, I noticed that you are planting yam. Listen. May I give you yamet, or 2 yamet? Could you put that in for me, sort of stuff? And they provide some materials for you, maybe a few, some corn or something else, right? And you're a good neighbor, so you would not say no. So partnership, and one of the things that the Lord has been encouraging, and we heard the lady, Astrid, who had that death experience and so on, died 7 minutes and a few
Wow.
seconds, was literally taken up into heaven as a spirit man and had interaction with Jesus, the Christ, Son of the Living God, and gave her the message to return. Now, much of what she said, those of you who have been listening to us over the years, is really what we have been saying under his inspiration. Farming is key, and especially what's happening now with food availability, quality food, good quality food. We are noticing many of the stuff that are being sold. They don't last long, Mr. Clark. I am sure you don't have to rush
No.
to
People, who see the plastic cabbage where the youth reveal what they are? Who see the plastic cabbage? You know, me I go find them. I go and play this. I go find the plastic cabbage, because I think serious, you know.
to consume those yams. You can take your time and they won't spoil.
No. Put the drain.
Yes, and you put them to drain. Yes.
And when they drain, it's a better eating.
Yes, it tastes right, and you get that waxy and that gummy. You know about it, Mr. Clark?
Sir.
Maybe it's your first time having red.
No, that's not right.
Okay, good. Right, so when you have it to drain now, you get that waxy and that gummy taste. I'm not sure Lady Jenny knows those things, but we will tell her about it off here, right? So it is key, and so I would like you to speak to persons who are thinking and they keep waiting. It is already late, but not too late. You can plant things. There is an article in the Rain, Lady Jenny will tell us, that was featured in the last Rain, where we have this man, well-known man, right, in tires, right? I'm sure Maxine Demetrius is listening, right? She was instrumental in it, right? When you look on the back of the yard of the man, a number of different tires. He cultivates plantain, banana, corn, hallelujah, pak choy, broccoli, whatever the different things you can think of. He used different tires around and he cultivates them. So no one is without.
People, the man use tire. There's many innovative ways to plant. People, use YouTube. Use it to your benefit. Use Google. Try stuff. You heard me? And be neighborly. Be neighborly. Alright? Start work with your neighbor. Alright?
You're living in communities where persons have land, partner with them. You might not be able to do it, but you have persons out there who also have the time. Yes, we know you have many lazy people out there, but you also have people out there who will work, and you partner with the person who owns the land, especially where they are not using it in a particular way, and say, okay, would you allow us to cultivate, right, a few squares of your land, sort of thing, and we're going to plant XYZ, and you work the details out. But more and more we're going to have to be doing this, because the matter of food insecurity is becoming a reality globally, and sadly also here in Jamaica. So having said that, the peanuts, tell us about the peanuts. How difficult was it to take care of the peanuts to the point where they mature and you were able to harvest them?
Now, a lot of persons don't know that peanuts is what you call it, an antidote.
Yes.
For insect, certain type of insect like snail.
Right.
Now,
so it's a repellent. It produces natural repellent.
Right.
So when you hear that, people, when in our farm, try plant some peanut round on the crops them and in between, because them release something that is a natural repellent for insects. These are stuff you can go and research. All right, good.
What it does is that I planted the peanut and I planted the string bean.
Yes.
If I planted the string bean alone, the snail would have destroyed the
string bean. Right.
So you hear what him say? As a strategy, he plant string bean and peanut one time, and him say if he did plant the string bean alone, the snail them would have eat up the string bean. People, I never know all of these things. I never know these things. This is very good information. Now listen.
I plant the peanut along with this.
So you did intercropping.
Right. So when it comes up, because of the repellent of the snail, right, I was able to get from the
string bean. Excellent.
And the area.
And also the peanut persons don't know also they are very good with what is called nitrogen fixation.
Right.
So they add nutrients to the soil as well. Right. It's a very versatile crop. Wow. The peanuts. Yeah.
Peanuts add nutrients to the soil. I never knew that. I did not know that.
Continue.
And the size of the place that I about 8 or 4 feet
4 feet by 8.
by 8
Uh-huh.
that we are planning.
That you utilize. That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's not a large friends, that's not a large spot, but he was able to cultivate quite a bit in that 4 feet by 8
Right.
spot.
So what I also encourage persons to do to get more usage of agriculture of consumption is that we have a lot of persons who have a lot of flower gardens.
Yes. Oh yes, you're right. Lady Jenny, we are talking about you. Yes.
Right? You have a lot of flower gardens. And I like flowers. And but what I would suggest that you try to have the flower in pot.
Yes.
And utilize
The soil, the natural earth.
Those plants out of earth and utilize that space for
crops.
Because even as you remove it leaves a very, very good texture.
Yes.
For you to really
to utilize for the crop cultivation. Fantastic. So again, as the Lord would have led us, I used the example, didn't know I was going to use the example, but then he said, call Mr. Clark, let him share. And Mr. Clark, well, yes, he's a farmer, but you would not say he's a career farmer, but he does it in his part time, right? I don't have to talk about me. I mean, yes, I do farming as well in whatever little time I have. You cannot, Mr. Clark, you can tell them and others when, by the grace of God, and let me say thanks to my father who is listening, because one of the things he did was on weekends. So obviously, my mom would take me to church as well. So I mean, look at that. So it's almost as if I don't get any time to enjoy. But that's not really the case. But most of the time, I would be engaged in meaningful activities. So what my dad did, once he's there, because he's a builder, but once he's at home on weekends and also holidays, he takes me to the farm. I'll go to the farm. He would give me a plot to plant as well, alongside what he's doing, right? So that's how I would have learned to dig yamil, to plant, how to prepare the soil and all of that. And to get your hands dirty, sort of stuff. And that cannot leave me. So it doesn't matter what I am doing and it doesn't matter where I live, right? I have to plant something. Doesn't matter how small the plot of land is. But the point I'm going to make now, that when you plant and you reap, the first and foremost, the sense of accomplishment, that's number one, that you feel, that's number one. The quality of the produce that you're going to consume, that's number two. The taste of it, right? The taste. There is nothing, there's nothing else you buy out there that tastes as lovely. If it's banana, Mr. Clark, it's the yam, because you buy yam out there, but the yam that you would plant and reap it, when you cook it, it tastes better. Am I not right? Tell me that it's psychological, no problem, but it tastes better, and obviously the quality is also because you ensure that the very best goes into the soil and goes to it, right? Plus you save.
Now, talking about the very best, ladies and gentlemen, we find the clip. I'm telling you, say, you're not supposed to know by now, I'm very determined. Big up Talk Your Mind TV if you reveal this. People wanna look on the screen. As a matter of fact, me I block off the part of the cabbage there. Let me highlight the cabbage. What that say? Farmers urge to utilize fertilizer. Alright. Alright. Wanna watch this, lady. You see that man here? We sit on beside fly green, ladies and gentlemen. Just look upon him. And discern, make God talk to you about that money. You just look upon that money, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And make God. Yeah, man. Alright? We're now for setting up.
It was a very good way to show the world that best practice, where what we have been able to do is to take reclaimed bauxite land and to develop a cluster of greenhouse farms. And it was a very, very good experience. He was able to speak to the farmers firsthand. We do have about 30% female farmers in the cluster. He was able to engage with some of the farmers, find out their challenges, their pluses, how it has served the area. And him and I spoke about how can we scale up these projects? How can we replicate these projects across all the minor lands that we have in farming here? How can the World Bank provide additional funds so that we can move with a greater speed to build out these projects so that they have greater impact across Jamaica?
So the World Banks are interested about farming in Jamaica. How farming come a big concern after World Bank Floyd Green? Eh? Floyd Green, be careful, you know, my boss.
Careful.
Be careful, my boss.
Yeah, man, careful.
You're treading in deep water. Be careful.
Yeah?
Don't make money fool you, my boss. Because at the end of the day, money is nothing.
Nothing.
Money is nothing. And you're going to have the people them to deal with. Be careful how you do, G.
Careful.
But you will know what you do. See, Banker there, visit Jamaica. The moment Banker become the World Bank president, him in Jamaica, I discuss digital currency and I investigate about farming. When since these people care about farming. Anything you see these people have interest in, it is not good for us.
Not good.
Believe. Because these people never did mean we know good from day one.
Alright.
So instead of them take on to this farming, be careful of those genetic modified food. Geo-engineer. Be careful of those food. When you see these people lock on something, it is not good. And these new type of farming with Floyd Green are introduced to the people of the land of Jamaica. When I use them type of farming for Floyd Green, when I use stuff for plant nothing in a plastic.
Remember that.
Them type of farming, they artificial magie. The earth is the land and the fullness thereof. So you come now and tell the people in Jamaica now, you go plant them food in a greenhouse. What kind of fuckery you come with? You think we have to sit back and allow no if you manipulate with the people them with this new type of farming? Nothing wrong with the ground, nothing wrong with the soil. But that one
That's one next thing too. These people keep disrespecting God, you know. On the highest level, you know. Yo, we don't need, nature don't need too much help, you know. If you left nature to its own vices, I tell you, the earth flourish and multiply. Yeah. Enough time. And mankind interference by the earth of problem and chaos. We can be in harmony with the earth, or we can be out of harmony with the earth. And for the most part, over the years, we have been out of harmony. Big up wrestling with our God. What do you mean? You understand?
Look what I say. Look what I say. They are urgent to use fertilizer carefully for soil health. What the purpose of fertilizer? Because our ancestors never use fertilizer, you know. What the purpose of fertilizer? Nobody ever wonder what the purpose of fertilizer? Eh? Remember, the earth have everything in it for the plant, you know. Anything need fertilizer, it is not of God, you know. Listen to this.
Jano, Jamaica. Look what Floyd Green I give you for eat. Jano, dog. Before the money invest in agriculture, brother. The money I import them thing I give you, dog. I wonder if I treat green, make them I give you it. Watch it, watch it. Watch the plastic. Oh, so good. Bukla. Me not like politics in a dog. Half a vote that election, dog. Just that cabbage.
When I hear that, when I hear in a band to us about
so the Ministry of Agriculture is now urging farmers about the use of over-fertilizing. What is even the purpose of fertilizing? You see me? We are talking about them something here. We have food that kill off the people. Them thing was supposed to be the food. Genetically modified, or we should have said bioengineer. We really don't know what take place with the food. You see me? Chemicals we get put on the food them. Who in charge of all of the chemicals that are coming in the country? We're talking about agriculture. Who issue fertilizer in Jamaica? The Ministry of Agriculture. People are complaining about them thing here. Why? Is this a target attack against the farmers? I really don't know. People, that's a question I'm going to ask in the comment section. You see me? But this is a matter of great concern. You see me, people have really a wonder. I mean, always I say, if uno not produce no own food, who is feeding uno? We realize say sometime in a up in a year, you see me, I don't think last year, sometime up in a this year, the minister or the then minister of finance, which was Mr. Clark, he did announce say, yo, they have really remove taxes and tariffs from half of food we are forwarding from overseas that are raw imported foods, fruits and vegetables. Because they must say hotels mostly take foods, and we don't really care about hotels because realize say the cabbage don't look like it local. The cabbage look like it come from foreign and it have some chemicals, some special chemicals spray upon it so it can survive for a long shelf life. Or if you ship it from Asia to, I'm not saying it's coming from Asia, but we are saying the cabbage look like it can manage a trip or a journey a couple of weeks on the sea. Shipping, because we know the ship them take a little while for reach. You see which part of them go. So when we see the ball game we have play, we have to wonder where will food come from. So the ministry.
So when you see them as a farmer urged to use fertilizer carefully for soil health, a damage control, you know, because it should them introduce the people them to these genetic modified food. So them want to use a statics. If you say if nothing start happening to them, them tell them say, oh, because them use too much fertilizer upon it, why this start happening, damage control. Wanna be careful of these seed and something what the government are issue to for plant. Wanna try breed up the organic crop them wanna have. Them wanna have no make some nursery and start breed up them crop there. Although them have some bug with them Lego and them eat off on the crop. And so the things them wanna get from these people for spray on the crop, and them are the said things that breed up the maggot and the fungus and kill off on the crop. I wanna feel like something I come eat on the crop. And the things that when them are going for spray on the crop, I kill out on the crop. And it kill out the soil. Because these people are poison the soil too, you know. Because they want to be the only person to go on food. But if you depend on the Jamaican Labour Party for going on food, remember, all of the food that them get for burial, most of the food that them get for burial, it more them have to dump it because they don't give the people them. So we have to be careful of these things we want to take from the government. Because the government them sign contract against us, you know. The government sign deal against us, you know. And I best believe it. We're moving on still. We're moving on. I want to know to take
money, Mr. Clark, am I not right? It also adds years to you. It makes you younger. It makes you feel, it breaks stress. I mean, thanks be to God, He has helped me over the years by His grace to manage stress. So I thank God I'm not stressed. I can't tell when I've been stressed. But when you go to your farm, and it doesn't have to be at 100 acres, right? Even a square of land, and you go there, and you begin to do something to begin to turn the soil, handle the soil with your hand. It's therapeutic, right? There so much happens when you interact with the soil. And remember, we are from the dust. We are from the soil. So God has designed it that way. And then when we interact with the crops too, touching them, you're stripping this, you're mulching and you're molding, it does something also to you. So it adds a new, dimension to your life. It adds years to your life. You may have been down or depressed. That just lifts immediately. I see you want to speak, Mr. Clark. Over to you. You see the injection is not bad. Okay, go right ahead.
As I think about the farming, there's so much to it, but it starts within the primary food.
Yes.
And I've not been seeing much of that, so to speak, taking place within the primary food, because as you know, Thursday would have been that day when we would have gone to the farm.
The farm, right.
And all of those products would have gone to the kitchen.
Yes.
And it would also, as a part of the lunch, so to speak, to provide lunch for the students.
Yes, it goes into the canteen. Yes,
and so forth.
And it also helps the school to control the overheads, right, instead of buying everything from the market. Yes, right. And it's more healthy.
And more healthy. Now, another thing that also I noticed we have gone away from. We have persons who would have huge acres of land. I know that there were times when they would have called like their community farmers.
Right.
And by 7-8 o'clock, everybody is back into the village.
Yes.
Because what they would have done, they would have gone and they would have, if they call it day work.
Yes.
If they would call and say, come and give me a day today.
Yes.
And you see a huge
a contingent
the
of, yeah,
men going into the hills, and before you know it, they lick out maybe 4 acres, 5 acres
yes,
of that plant, cocoa or banana or peanuts or so forth. And it was so easy. There was not that effort that, see, you have to be paying so many
yes.
persons to do and so forth.
And I hope Mr. Clark, the new Minister of Education, is listening. This is an initiative that needs to be reinstituted in the school. Instead of this nonsense about meditation benches, rubbish about meditation benches, peace benches, right? And talking about meditation, transcendental meditation, of rubbish, right? These are the initiatives that need to be reinstituted in the school. Continue, Mr. Clark.
Right. And so what would have happened is that you would have to pay a person for a day, as all know you might have to pay. And it happened in the part of the lawn. When you go up to the lawn, you have these men, they go out and they work, they call it day by day.
Right.
And they go out and they would have really do a very, very good deal of work. And they are reaping the benefit. And if you look at the houses that they live in,
yes,
and you will feel you and I have to be working and they take it up easy,
yes,
because they make sure that they are dedicated. That's what they do. And we see where we have lost that sort of connection in farming, where we don't put effort.
That's what, right? So that's what they should be pushing, going around the place, pushing digital this and digital that and all sorts of garbage, right? Right. Everybody has to eat. Everybody has to eat. That's one of the first things my father taught me. He says, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what you wear, no matter what you drive, no matter how much money you have or not have, no matter how brilliant you think you are, you must eat. You must eat. And one of the things about the agriculture in schools, and I benefited from it also, I mentioned my father because he would have taken it to another level, right? Is that it teaches discipline. Teaches discipline. And you less time to get in trouble for the children, right? And so on. And they're pushing all of these other initiatives which have nothing to do with godliness, nothing to do with righteousness, and ultimately, instead of enhancing the children and enhancing the people, what they really are doing is to cause us to diminish and to be dependent on others. That's really what it is, right? And also to be more unhealthy. Look at the what we call communicative diseases, the lifestyle diseases that they have developed. Obesity, many are struggling with it because they.
All right, I'm glad him touched upon communicative diseases. I'm going to show you one clip from Kwame Brown Bus Life. Man, listen, boy, I'm working, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate the content, man. All right, I really hope y'all appreciate the content. Turn me up, sub up to all of my platforms. Lord have mercy.
Spent countless numbers of hours sitting down with their gadgets instead of going out. So again, I believe the Lord would have this injection being administered to you, Mr. Clark, and also to the listeners, where we're saying get back to farming. Every single person, doesn't matter who you are, can plant something and should plant something, because this is going to be a part of one of the strategies that God will be using to help Jamaica to resist the beast and the beast system, and to ensure that we are self-reliant.
All right. To ensure that we are self-reliant. Let me see how much longer. Oh yeah, them are going to talk for a while. So let me just interject with this clip right here. On that note of communicative, issues. Ladies and gentlemen, Kwame Brown Boss Life. Yeah, make sure y'all go sub up to the broski. Yes. Alright, definitely. Alright, let's get it.
Taught, and they want you to believe in nothing other than what they tell you. If you think, and I'll just give you just a perfect example. My children are not vaxxed. I am anti-vax, whatever name the science people are coming up with.
Right.
And it's just stunning to me that they were able to convince.
Ladies, I want you to really listen to this part.
You hear that?
I want you to really listen to this part.
Pay attention.
And I thank God for my mother, because I don't know why she knew all of this shit. And I don't know who told her all this stuff. And I don't know why she was bold enough to do it. But I've never been vaccinated in a hospital. I've never had any vaccines. My father didn't believe in that.
So I think that's attributed to why I'm so big as well. He just didn't understand why would you need to take a baby that just came out and inject him with all the drugs in the world for his body to feelings.
Oh,
I don't want you to boy shit, you ain't living
Kind.
this part. I want you to
Sorry
really
about that,
listen
guys.
to this part. And I thank God for my mother because I don't know why she knew all of this shit. I don't know who told her all this stuff, and I don't know why she was bold enough to do it. But I've never been vaccinated in a hospital. I've never had any vaccines. My father didn't believe in that, so I think that's attributed to why I'm so big as well. He just didn't understand why would you need to take a baby that just came out and inject him with all the drugs in the world for his body to fight off. If his body gets stronger, it will build an immune system and antibodies against anything that comes in because God didn't really make any mistakes. Our body can fight off a lot of different things
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Glory be to God.
naturally. And so it just was confusing. When I wanted to do that for my kids, of course, the mother stepped in, the grandmother stepped in. No, you got to vaccinate the kids. And I'm just like, imagine feeling hopeless or crippled in a situation where you know you don't want somebody to stick something in your kid. And a person who's in this background and they believe in medicine and they were taught this is telling me to put this in my child and coerce and convince the mother of my child to agree to it. And I thought that was supposed to be between me and her. And that's when a man want to go in protection mode and fuck some shit up. But if we do that, it wouldn't really protect anything. It would make it worse. So most men suffer in silence when they know they're right about something. They get frustrated, and it whatever way they get that frustration out. A lot of y'all don't know why men cheating on your ass is because you don't listen to shit he say. A lot of y'all don't know why men are going out drinking is because of you. Soon as he get that new girl, he don't even want to drink. He just want to hang out with her, walk, read books.
Well, this part of it, that part can't stay. The point of the matter is, if you don't know who KB is, man, let me show you what this man is. A brother that was the first round pick in the NBA, the first round pick out of high school, right? So just a little background check. See, is there anything here in terms of his height? He's 7 foot tall, guys. He's 6'12", 6'11", 7 foot tall. All right, he's a tall brother. All right. So what he's saying is, his mom decided that he would not be the one, right, to get hit with something in his arm when he was a baby. See, yeah, that's there you go. I'm talking about country big, tall, strong brother. Pause. I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. Look at the man. Come on, man. All right, young, powerful brother. And his mom said, "Hell no." Right? So, hey, if God say no, who is man? If you get instructions from God and God say no, who is man? And this has to do with our health. So it applies, right? It applies. How you doing, Joanne? Wayne Evans, what's going on, man? Salute to you. Let's continue with the pastor.
As a speaker, I must say, we have not used in relation to say we don't have any land. Jamaica is land good and hot, and we have a lot of land all across Jamaica, and it needs
My bad.
to be utilized. There were
So what
many.
the man is saying, what the man is saying, if you can't hear him properly, because even on my end I struggle to hear him, so I'll explain. He's saying Jamaica is filled with a lot of land. If the government really wanted to, they could really utilize the land. Hey, 876 Anointed One, how you doing? Salute to you. I'm just seeing you. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I apologize, man. I'm cooking tonight. I'm just flowing. But yeah, they could really. He's talking about real estate development. Where is the focus on the agriculture?
Smart cities, though, sir.
No. I am saying here, when you move into Trelawney, I can speak of that. Because even right now, I can take you to a place where many cows are. And those are animals that the estate don't even know exist. Because it was a part of the estate. But because of they have now left it unattended, all those persons who were a part and were a part of that, they no longer are alive. And there was no siblings to take over because that would have. Some of the siblings don't even know their assets, I don't even know what they have. And so everybody keep running away, and we have this exodus of persons moving down and moving overseas and all of that. And we have all of these which that can benefit from, and we are not utilizing. And I'm saying,
oh, so he just raised the point that I never took into consideration, ladies and gentlemen. He just raised the point that a lot of our people is moving away from the country here to go live in the city. So nobody has any pride. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's not enough passing down of the torch where agriculture is concerned. And that is definitely a problem. So there was a video that I saw in Africa of this young lady at a summit. And she said to the people there, the image of agriculture needs to change. We have to make agriculture sexy again. When she said that, she said, you have to make agriculture sexy. I said, whoa. Because she was saying that, listen, when you look at a lady that is actually into farming, the image that they put up there, oh, her nails are dirty, all types of stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? They always find a person that, image-wise, people be like, yeah, that's how, you farm, you look, you don't take care of yourself. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So she was saying, man, we gotta make farming look sexy. And I'm like, hey, and it's gotta look like, you know how people would say, man, you drive that car? What do you do for a living? I'm a farmer. That type of energy. I'm driving a Rolls Royce, but I'm a farmer though. I toil. I go to the soil. You feel me? That's making farming sexy. When the young men and women can say, wait a minute, this how you living? And you a farmer? Oh yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. So you telling me I'm going to have land and the land is going to make money for me? Sign me up. And this is how you living? Sign me up. Oh, it's hard work. We know this. We understand. But this is how you living? Sign me up. I'm telling you. And it's healthier. I'm going to grow my own food. I don't really trust people anyway. So, I don't have to trust the government. And I don't have to trust food agencies. Sign me up. Sign me up. When you make farming sexy, I'm telling you. This is what the Burkina Faso president did. When he came into power, Ibrahim Troy, the first thing he invested in farming. That man bought seeds. He bought tractors. He invested in the security of food. He had a whole task force for the farmers alone to protect the food day and night. You cannot build no nation and can't feed your own nation. That's why you have to invest in agriculture and education. Both of those things is non-negotiable. Agriculture and education. But these people are getting paid so much money and they don't know, or do they know? And are they just doing this on purpose? Like I said, let's continue.
Even at my home, this little table, as you know, there's a section there. I will be reading people of what the way how I plan. When it overruns the area, I turn it back.
Excellent. I will use that with pumpkin to vote, right? And you control it. You train. We say you train it. right? So you confine it to a particular area.
Right.
Very good.
So I would if you listen to the news this morning, you would have heard the outgoing minister of the agriculture president speak about the price.
Yeah.
Yes. Speak about the price, high price of food. We wouldn't have to be paying the high price of food if we were utilizing the space that we have.
And encouraging people instead of telling them about they need Android phone and all sorts of rubbish, right? And I keep saying it, and I deliberately say you're pushing digital solutions.
Hello.
People can't name digital solution.
You hear that, Andrew Holness? People can't name digital solution. You hear what pastor say? You push digital this, digital that. People can't name digital solution.
Okay? What needs to be pushed across Jamaica more than anything else? Under God, notice. Under God. Because no matter what else, what we do, if God is not involved, it's a waste. Right? It's a waste. So, under God. Agriculture is number one, not tourism. Agriculture should be number one under God. Talking about NIDS and all sorts of rubbish. Right? We can name NIDS. Huh? We can name cashlessness. And if going around, we can name constitution reform.
Hey,
right?
Hey, we can name constitution reform. Andrew Holness. Marlon Malawu Fort. Eh? Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. Hold on. We are running a back on Jonas doing foolishness. We can name them something.
Look at the mess that the nation is in now. How many people are suffering and hungry out there? That is what is required. Push agriculture, encourage agriculture in every community. Make lands available for agriculture instead of going around and building up roads and all sorts of and high-rise buildings. You can name those? What's the sense of having high-rise buildings and roads if the people are hungry?
Oh God, man. What is the sense of having these buildings, this infrastructure, if people can't afford food and honest? You're not here. Floyd Green, you're not here. Somebody tag them for me there. Him not here, them not here.
And this is a clarion call because we are reaching a tipping point. Remember the Lord spoke already a couple of weeks ago about the industrial climate, the industrial relations climate. And I can tell you prophetically, you ain't seen anything yet. This is just the rumbling of the volcano because there is an eruption that is about to happen in Jamaica in terms of the industrial relations climate. Lot of strikes, work to rule, and so on coming up. Why? Because as inflation continues to erode the value, the spending power of the people, and salaries are kept, right? They are constant. They are not increasing. While the big wigs continue to reap the best after they have built around themselves this hedge with that humongous salary increase they took. The masses.
People, when you see that government is not a caring government. Prices have gone through the roof. Cost of living gone high. People can't even feed themselves. Them not even say make them take back the price increase and put it into helping the people in Jamaica. Them not even say we get 200% increase, make we scale it back to 100% increase and a 200% increase. Let us give back that money to the people of Jamaica. When burial it happen one day and the farmer them need help, them never say make we collectively as a government come together and pool our resources together, our millions of dollars that we're getting paid. Let's put that money together to relieve the people of Jamaica that were affected by burial. Make we get them some zinc, some board, block, steel, cement. I wonder if you not hear me I say. This caring government never say, PMP, watch you now, make we work together. Make we show Jamaica say, you know, we can work together on the benefit of the people. Let's show them that we are about the people. Let's show them that we are actually a caring government. We together I make a join with the UIC same way in this effort where all of us standing sovereignty in a crisis like that, where so many people's lives were affected. Loss of cattle, loss of life, loss of property. Can you imagine what those 100% increased deductions would amount to when the money is pulled up? Can you imagine?
Looking on will become incensed and they are going to push back. So there is a rumbling volcano, say the Lord, called the industrial relations, and it is about to erupt. Watch and you will see. Closing remarks, Mr. Clark.
So my final statement that I would like to make is that instead of us looking just around us, because what is happening, we are just looking around. Nobody seems to be venturing out and to see the state, the land, the huge amount of land that is going away.
And we are not saying they should give it to the Chinese and others and Indians and others. No,
Hey.
it must remain in Jamaica's ownership.
Hey.
We, the people of Jamaica, the nation must retain ownership of the lands and the assets, right? And even if others are to come to assist to cultivate and to develop, they must remain in the hands of the people of Jamaica and by extension the nation. Yes.
And if you look at our import in terms of food, it is greater than our import. And if you can Google it,
right. So that is why we continue to be running this trade deficit. Yes, that's why we continue. I mean, it's like a recurring decimal, and it's just increasing.
And nowhere you will get to go to the market and you will see two sweet pepper, and you take up the sweet pepper and it costs you $1,050 for 2 sweet pepper.
That is crazy.
You take up a pound, half dozen tomato, very small, and you look at it, $700. Right?
Well, actually more now.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy.
And what is happening for land? What is happening to us? Is that if we are not really serious?
Well, the NIT will, they're saying will help it. And the digital solutions will help it. And having phones and internet will help it.
And so
you can take it to the supermarket and buy the tomato on the side. Is that so, Mr. Clark?
Well, I don't see where that is possible. And it is impossible to take it to the supermarket. But all in all, as I bring this to a close in my case, that I wish that the powers that be, that they move out of this state, find a way to really, you are sending the farm workers and you want to send them away and to send them home to really reap other people's crop and all of that and to do all the heinous work and right here you have a person to be coming to Jamaica to also do that form of
But Mr. Clark, the crazy ridiculous thing they're talking about is importing labor. Right? Importing labor. It's a disgrace because it is a
people. You hear what the man say? Yo, no, make with us really think about this. So, them stop investing in agriculture enough for we grow our own food. Them start import a bag of food. Them don't want to pay the teacher them, the doctor them. The people them in the hotel industry are ball out. There's going to be an industrial eruption for you. There is going to be, according to the prophet, not my word. And 2025 is going to be something else. Wow. Plus them invite other people in. And I've said this before. I really believe all of this is being done on purpose. I believe that they're trying to push out the native Jamaican people as much as possible. I don't believe that they wish the native people of Jamaica well. I can't say the word that I want to say because it would sound extreme to come to that conclusion. But, yeah. It seems like they want us, the native people of Jamaica, to just expire. That's where I'm at with it. The pressure of just living is immense. I mean, the pressure that this government put us under in the pandemic was like no other pressure. I heard a brother on Will Rattigan say, man, listen, Jamaicans, how do you guys survive? How do you actually do it? And he was dead serious. He said, when you look at the equivalent, of what do you call it? Food prices. When you look at that equivalent, you have to ask yourself, how in the world do you guys survive on $100? $100 US. How you do it?
Reflection of the absolute failure of our leaders, the current crop, and those before them. Right? Because the people have not been cultivated, they have not been trained, right, into believing in being self-reliant, other than to pack up in a bus and go to a party meeting each time with vuvuzelas and half-naked women gyrating and all sorts of stuff. Apart from training them to do that, right, multiple times for the year. That's what the people are taught to do, and to jump up behind political bandwagon. But when it comes on to those things that are necessary, right, for human flourishing, they are not interested in that.
Of Jamaica,
right?
And them include
the leaders at different levels. The religious leaders should be ashamed of themselves, right? Because they are silent, and where they are not silent, what they are saying is not really advancing the cause of righteousness and development of the nation.
I really encourage the
big up to Ariana and that place. What go on?
Part of the communication personnel, get information after. I think we need to really get out from around the day and to find the spaces and to see what that you just
not
mentioned.
Only Mr. Clark when it's vote, when they want vote, because they will do it. When it's voting time, they will do it. When it is to promote the Rockboys. So we're not talking about them coming and going to the people that time when they are looking for something from the people.
You hear what the man said? The government come and anytime you see them want something from the people, that is the time you see them around the people. And a lie I tell. It's not lie I'm telling. Them not present.
I am not referring to them to go to the people. Look at the spaces, look at the asset that we have going away. The asset, the land that God gives us. So, because that was one of his commands, he put I mean, we should
multiply and
you hear when General said a while ago, be fruitful and multiply. One of the commandments of the Most High. And him said that does not mean just having babies. It also means replenishing the earth. Farming is ancient and a divine responsibility, you know, ladies and gentlemen. A farmer's job is one of the most important jobs on earth. That's why I always was baffled as to why people look down on farmers. Right now, I want as much farmer friend as possible. Not for get them produce free, you know. Or for get them cheap, you know. For get good food to eat. You understand? Because the time is coming, ladies and gentlemen. But there's something I want to live near some farmer. Yeah, man. I want to live near some farmer, man. You've got to start help a farmer farm with the farmer. You know them with it? Yeah. Because everything will go back to basic, you know. So you see farming skills them, it will come in very handy. Yeah. We are going to survival time, I know.
And it's not just in terms of the human being to human being. Yes, right. So we should, the resources that are placed at our disposal, right, must be developed, replicated, right.
And one of this announcement on Adam is that by the sweat of your brow.
Usually
That
bread.
bread.
Yeah.
So you have to till the soil.
Yeah.
Right? And so we look at all of these things, and as you mentioned a while ago, the type of scenario in terms of what the people are behind entertainment and all that. Sir, it's a crying shame when you drive from Kingston to Montgomery to Westmoreland, all the inside, from the gully side to the river side and through to the wherever. There's nowhere that you are not able to identify a billboard.
You're right about that, and it shows where the priorities of these people are. But there is a midnight cry that is about to hit this nation of Jamaica, and also as the Lord has spoken, read that volcano, right? Rumbling, it's rumbling. It's spilling out just a little ash here and there, but it's about to erupt. It's called the industrial relations climate. It's about to shift this nation. Plus, also there are other things up ahead, which the Lord has spoken of, the constitutional crisis, among other things. So we will continue to warn the people, not just to warn, but as the Lord would provide moments like these, teaching moments, we will also share them, right, with the masses, so that people will have options, viable options, to ensure that they do not go under. Thank you so much, Mr. Clark. All right. So,
right. So let me share this clip here and then we're going to wrap this up.
For $2,699. I'm hoping that it's a mistake and it's actually $269.
It's not a mistake.
But I'm gonna look on that. And just think that the minimum wage is what? 15,000? And here it is, you spend 2,500. Well, 2,700 to a cabbage head. Right? So we don't know. My people in St. Elizabeth and my people in St. Anne, we still will not go through. Things rough. So we just want the crowd,
St. Elizabeth,
all your family members out there, to just look at what's going on in Jamaica. Right? Just look at that. Just make that sink in for a while. Just take a look at that.
Patrick,
That's what happened when I got it, and I look at it and I put it away. Then I look at it again and I say, wait a minute, maybe it's 269. And I look at it again and then come to find out it's 2,690.
When you do the US conversion, though, that's when, for those in, well, if that doesn't hit you one way, you do the conversion and it hits you another.
Next way.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we know the price, kind of right. We know the price, right? Because look at it. Them say it's 2.045 kg, right? And it's $1,320 per kg. So this
Per
price
kg.
is right. Yeah, it's right. So
GCT on food, though, Roe Washington. GCT not on food. GCT not on food. Consumables. Seriously?
look at Petra. He said,
Who remember when the Prime Minister them about said they not put in a new tax? People. Them not put in a new tax, but them a collect more tax than ever before. And that are the trick. The Prime Minister, the government. Me say, when me hear that clip there. Cheese and peas. Father God, when me hear that clip there. I think I talk on my TV, me hear that clip there, you know. When Marky G a burn out Andrew Holness them in a pandemic, you know. Andrew Holness them. $2,699 Ariana. Zin, him a burn out Andrew Holness say, in the pandemic when everybody has suffered, the government gonna collect $99 billion more. 99 billion or 99 million. $99 billion more tax than them did normally collect in. I don't quote me upon them, I know say at 99 something. 99 million or 99 billion. It don't really matter if a 99 million is still too much. It is 99. It is 98.9999 million. Too much more tax for you collect from anybody in the pandemic in a Jamaica. You understand what I say? So, man, this government is truly a wicked government.
that's an imported cabbage. Jamaican cabbage that looks so tough and big. Big thing.
Somebody said Floxy. Cabbage costs more than chicken. Hey, hold on. That needs to change because it needs to say slice of ham.
Look at it's a honey baked dress. And that is
$2,800
that's $6,000 a kilogram, you know.
6,000 per kilogram?
Yeah. Yeah, 600. That's little less than half a kilogram. See the one piece of ham with some little fluxy looking pineapple slices
Pineapple.
and some put some
And
maraschino
oh my
cherry on it. Yeah,
God, bro.
then, you have to pay more than that. Look on that.
Let me ask the Jamaicans
Yeah.
in that are listening right now.
See it now.
How to eat?
Only eat.
No, I'm serious. How?
How?
Because anybody that is surviving in Jamaica right now, not thriving, surviving in Jamaica, can go to another place in the world and thrive. Because if you can make it happen when you have 4,000, you're spending $6,000 on a head of lettuce, a head of cabbage, and a slice of ham. You don't pay rent, light, water, transportation, school fee
Possibly
for the
cable
kids if you have kids.
and internet.
Yeah, OT, I did that math. That's what I'm saying. If the Jamaica price don't get you, the US price will.
US price will, yeah.
So Jamaicans,
Resilience, how you doing?
how do you eat?
I don't know. You know what? This is so depressing. We could just move on to.
Yep, and that's how I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna move on because I'm getting depressed right now. I'm getting depressed. I really am getting depressed. Yeah. Andrew Holness, Floyd Green. We know say I want puppet. You understand? We know say I want puppet. Andrew Holness, we know say I want puppet too. Alright? We know say I want puppet. People, to cap off this reaction, I want to say this. I'm going to take some calls if anybody wants to take calls. But to cap off this reaction, I want you guys, and this was something that was on my heart from the other day, and I forgot to mention it, to say it to you guys. I know that we focus a lot on Andrew Holness, and rightfully so. But we must not forget about the hands that is in the shadow. The puppeteer's hands. Not the puppet. The puppeteer's hands. We must not forget about those people that is enabling, allowing Andrew Holness to carry out his functions. We should be very mindful, because you see, the game that has been played on us politically around the world for a very long time is that they have presented champion boys and champion women, super women, in some points, mostly champion boys, in front of us. And we go yay, and yes, and we love them. They're saying all the right things, and they have you check their background, and we don't even know that these people can just create a background for somebody. Erase all of their information, just like how they do special forces, and create a whole new person and put them in front of you that fits the criteria of the modus operandi that is acceptable. Right? Because they listen to the people and they know what the people want, so they present to you what they hear you saying you want. Oh, we want transparency. We want good governance. Okay, we're going to present somebody in front of you that is fitting all those criterias of a clean slate, no baggage, no nothing. So, guess what? This is the game. Whoever wins, those people win most of the time. We are gambling here, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of who we vote for. Now, we are very, very certain about who Andrew Holness is, but the others we are not. And I will close to say this. This is why what Pastor Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth said is that we must continue in perpetual prayer and fasting and to pray for God's will to be done, no matter what type of situation we're talking about, whether politically or otherwise. Right? And I am 100% an advocate and a believer in that sound advice, in that sound word of wisdom that Pastor Shuttleworth gave on his platform. Continue to pray for the will of the Most High to be done. Because man, oh man, look at Andrew Holness when he just came, bro, in front of the people. He was saying all the right things. And look at him right now and what he's doing. It's like, can you even recognize who this dude is anymore compared to who he was portraying to be back in the day? All the stuff that he said, what he promised, that he never did. He did the total opposite. Like not be transparent. He can't even be transparent enough with the Integrity Commission to get his statutory declaration cleared. He's like, no, I gave you enough. You want too much. Sorry about that, Ariana. She said she hate ads, but it's a part of it. That's how we get paid. Don't hate on the ads now. But I understand, you know, you want to cut off what you hear me saying. I get it. Man, oh man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Agriculture. You know, are we being sabotaged on purpose? Is the government doing enough? What more can the government do? What are your suggestions? All that and more is the discussion I want to hear in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. All that and more.